Hey boys, and welcome back to another Bleach Soul video, and today, finishing up the character reviews for the brand new 1000 Year Blood War Round 13, we're showcasing the brand new 1000 Year Blood War Isshin Shiba. So Isshin is a speed Soriba captain with the Hollow Kill ability, and he does come with a 12% recharge link. Now right off the bat you might think, I already have a lot of speed Soriba characters with the Hollow Kill ability, do I really need this character? Well, you're going to see in this showcase that this character is an absolute beast, and he does have one very unique thing about him that does make him someone you potentially want to have on your account to make farming a certain quest a lot easier. So firstly, as always, we're going to talk about his stats. So starting from the top to bottom, he has 1,111 stamina, 649 attack, 361 defense, 357 focus, and 815 SP. The only standout stat right here is the 815 SP that he does have, ranking at the 6th highest SP in the game, which is fairly impressive. His focus, defense stat, and stamina stat is just okay, nothing too special. He doesn't rank in the top 5 or top 10 of any of those stats. His attack stat is 649, which is honestly fairly average for an SP character. No SP character really goes above this. Maybe you get like 4 or 3 above this. It doesn't really matter about the attack. The main thing you want to focus on is definitely the SP stat, in which he does have a very high one. His skills, though, is definitely where he starts to shine. Going from top to bottom again, he has a team/party buff, speed attribute captain, strong attack damage plus 20%. So if you haven't actually already seen that video, we did actually showcase the Byakuya again with this buff. Essentially, if you are a speed attribute captain, you're going to be getting a 20% strong attack damage increase as long as you have this Isshin in your team or in your lobby if you're playing in co-op. Now, do keep in mind this doesn't stack between Isshin, and this also does obviously go for Isshin as well. So he is getting that extra 20% strong attack damage on top of the damage that he's already doing. Speaking about that, his second skill is Berserker plus 20%, increasing the amount of strong attack damage that he does do by 20%. Very good skill, as always. I like to say, if your character's 1 out of 5, you really do appreciate this Berserker value because you won't be one-shotting everything if you don't invest in Transcendence. Bruiser plus 20% is the next skill, which in my opinion is kind of a throwaway skill. It does increase his normal attack damage by 20%, which since he is an SP character, he really doesn't need this. But moving on, we have Debilitator plus 2 seconds. He does inflict burn on all of his attacks, so that extra 2 seconds is going to be adding that extra bit of damage that he does do from burn. Devastation plus 40%, ensuring that his Soul Bomb does do that extra bit of damage. Pretty much the standard for all these type of characters. Then he has Frenzy, increasing the amount of hits his strong attacks do, a must-have for an SP character. And then he has Havoc plus 20%, increasing the range on all of his strong attacks by 20%. Very, very good skill, and this does make him an outstanding character. And then the last skill he has is Sprinter plus 1. That's not all though, he also comes with 2 innate skills. So poison resistance 100%, so he is immune to poison, nothing is going to poison him. And then he has the rare skill, the second, or technically only character in the game to have this, but the second of its kind. He is able to read dodges. In this case, he's able to read power hollow affiliation dodges. So what this essentially means, if you're bringing him into the Transcendence quest, which is going on right now to be able to farm Hogakus at a fast rate, he's going to be able to easily breeze through it within like a minute. If you're familiar with the 1000 Year Blood War Round 2 Yamamoto, where he is able to read no affiliation dodges, you can see the same thing here. Yamamoto is undoubtedly the best character to bring for that quest, and similar to the situation here in this current Transcendence zone where you're actually able to bring the Isshin, kill in under a minute, don't have to deal with that terrible 80% dodge rate that the enemies do have, and easily farm Hogakus. Moving on to his attacks, this is where the character starts to really shine. So going into his normal attack string, is a fairly common nat string, just a 4-hit nat string, nothing too special. It is pretty average, 375 radius, so there's nothing really to talk about here since he is an SP character. But his strong attacks are absolutely stacked. His first strong attack is a beam forward and 870 width with a 3000 length with melee collision to ensure that anyone it does hit is pretty much going to die as long as you do have good accessories. This right here is essentially the best strong attack one you can get in the game. There's no strong attack to date that has been better than this. The range that it covers and the amount of enemies that you can kill, especially in a certain stage where the character spawns are very linear, this is a must-have strong attack for a lot of characters. This is by far one of the most wanted strong attacks anyone would want on a character, and Isshin does have it. Speaking about most wanted strong attacks, his SA2 is also a most wanted strong attack, that being the distant AoE in front of him, a 960 radius. So when you use that second strong attack, anyone in front of you within a 960 radius is basically going to die. Melee collision 120% magnification. This strong attack is also essentially the best second strong attack in the game if you don't count Byakuya's added vortex. And then going to his full screen, of course, this doesn't disappoint too. He has a full screen strong attack, 1200 radius around him, 120% magnification. And one thing I do want to point out about the visual of this strong attack, it actually really does look similar to Tokinada's transformed SA3, in which he's using Yamamoto's copied abilities. So as you can see right there, he essentially has the best free strong attacks in the game, making him an amazing character. And it doesn't end there, he also comes with a very, very cool soul bomb animation. So this soul bomb animation is literally just him jumping up into the air and using a Getter potential. But I will say the animation, the rain effects as well, similar to Misaki and Ryuuung, really do look cool in this character's special move. And of course, like a lot of the other Thousand Blower characters, we actually see Isshin use his Getter potential in the final arc, more specifically when he used it against the inner hollow when he was inside Misaki's world. I don't really know how to describe that, but you can see the panels on screen. He used it against the hollow that was corrupted Misaki, finishing it off, saving the day, and looking really, really cool. So now that we breezed over the character's attacks very, very quickly, I like to make this quick because I don't want to waste your time. This character, if you couldn't understand, is a very, very good character. Now, originally when I first did Steam, I was excited for him, but I wasn't too excited when I did see the visuals because it's just basically generic fire attacks. However, I will say ever since pulling him, I'm actually really, really enjoying him. The strong attacks that he does have and the skills that he does have essentially makes him the second best speed character in the game, only second to Byakuya. And I will say, kit-wise, I actually prefer the Isshin strong attacks because he does have the better SA1 and 3. However, I will still give the best speed character title to Byakuya because he does have those double killers, he does have the sharpshooter, just making him a lot more usable in other content. But one very, very unique thing about him that we did mention earlier is the fact that he does come with the read hollow dodges. And what that means is that even if you don't even want this character, even if you don't need him because you have 5th anniversary Byakuya, maybe even max transcended, one thing no one can do that Isshin can do is farm the transcendent zone very, very easily, more specifically the speed one, where he is able to read the hollow dodges. That skill right there basically makes him a valuable character to have in your account that no other character can do to easily farm those Hogakyus, especially if you don't own 1000 Year Blood War Yamamoto V2. Now, one thing I will say is since we did get this Yamamoto last month and we did get this Isshin this month, we're probably going to see a pattern every end of month where we're going to get a new character where they will also be able to read enemy dodges but for a different attribute and killer. And it's probably going to be a very, very long time before we get another character that is also able to read certain dodges for speed attribute. So if I haven't already said it yet, in conclusion, this character is an absolute beast. He is by far one of the best characters in the game. Also, even if you don't even like this character, let's say worst case scenario, you don't like Isshin, you don't want to use him, he is always going to be a massive value for your account thanks to that read hollow dodges like I mentioned multiple times. No matter what you do, if you ever need Hogakyus, this is always going to be one of your go-to characters. And also, since he does have the team boost, at worst he's going to be in your team boosting your other speed characters like I did today with the 5th anniversary Byakuya. And before I do wrap up this video, I do want to leave you lads with a fun fact, which I'm sure many of you have noticed already, is the fact that since this Isshin's release, the previous released Isshins, the OG Heart one, the newer Heart one, and the Speed one that we all probably hate pulling, but those 3 characters actually did see a change in their animations and art, and by that I mean their aura is now red instead of blue to kind of match with the fire theme that the past Isshin does have. This, in my opinion, wasn't honestly that needed, but it is nice that Caleb actually went back to change the characters' animations and artwork just to match in line with the newer Thousand Blower characters, since we now know that Isshin's abilities do somewhat contain fire. And with that said, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, smash the like, share, good stuff in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about this character. Do you own him? How are you liking him? Personally, me, I'm actually really liking this character. Definitely one of my go-to speed characters from now on. Very, very good. That being said, I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace.